right, it is 6:13 on this Wednesday morning. We continue to track this morning Tropical Storm Helene, where it is headed right now. We got that 5 o'clock update. A lot of things that a lot of us need to consider this morning when it comes to rain, storm surge, and wind. But we can expect the rain to start sometime today. Do we know when it's going to start and how much we can expect to get?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, the rain will be the first thing that we're going to start to notice, and that begins today. So some of that rain will be heavy. I think by the afternoon, we'll start to see some of these rain bands, and then even more of those as we get into the evening. And even though the storm right now is just about to come out of the Caribbean, it's near the Yucatan Peninsula, very close to Cancun, the tropical moisture, which extends all the way up to now the southern tip of Florida, that's surging up well ahead of the storm. So that's why we're going to start to see some of that rainfall today, even though the actual core of the storm is not going to be making its closest pass to our area until tomorrow. And we expect it to stay about 100 to 150 miles off of our coast. I want to take a moment to walk you through the timeline and the impacts, okay? So what are you going to see in your neighborhood? And we've got a county-by-county look at that with meteorologist Lauren Hope in just a moment. But I want to start with what's going to be the most significant impact for us in Southwest Florida, and that's the storm surge. Now, it's going to be much higher up the Florida Gulf Coast, but for us, peak surge 3 to 5 feet along the coastline, so that's Lee, Charlotte, and Collier County, and we're even likely going to see some water level rises up the rivers. So the Caloosahatchee River into Charlotte Harbor, the Peace River there for Punta Gorda, and that storm surge timing would not be until Thursday. It looks like probably late morning and into the afternoon. Thankfully, we're going to be in a low tide cycle as our winds are coming onshore. The strongest winds are coming onshore by Thursday afternoon. And then the wind, tropical storm winds expected, sustained winds between 35 miles per hour. They're going to be highest near the coast, lower as you head inland. Wind gusts between 45 and 65, and that'll mainly be tonight and then through the day on Thursday. And then there's the tornado threat. This is something that we often see with tropical systems, so we'll be watching for any of these cells to try to rotate, and then that starts, it looks like late tonight into Thursday morning, into Thursday afternoon. And then Alan was mentioning the rain. There is a chance for some localized flooding. The rain will last the longest and start before anything else. So we're going to start to see some of those rain bands move in this afternoon, and we're looking at 3 to 5 inches of rain near the coast and about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall as we head a little bit deeper inland east of I-75. So there's that updated forecast cone. We expect it to become a major hurricane, but the strongest winds will stay to the west of us. But you can see how much of an impact it's going to have on the entire state of Florida. The areas shaded in yellow, those are all tropical storm warnings all the way up to Jacksonville, Florida. And so obviously we have those warnings in place for Southwest Florida, and the warning means expect tropical storm conditions. We have a storm surge warning in this deeper shaded purple color. Yesterday we had a watch, so now that has been upgraded to a warning, which means we expect to see some storm surge. And again, that's going to be the biggest impact for us. Over 12 feet of surge for the Big Bend of Florida, but you can see the area carved out in yellow from Charlotte Harbor, the Lee County Islands down to Naples and Marco Island, where we expect to see 3 to 5 feet of peak storm surge. And I think most likely the timing of that would be as we head through the morning hours on Thursday, and then probably peaking as we get into Thursday afternoon. Here's a look at the wind forecast, and I want to show you the bigger picture first. So notice how quickly the storm strengthens. We expect it to what we call rapidly intensify. These are the hurricane force winds. We expect that to stay off to our west, and models are very consistent with that. We don't expect this to make any turns like we've seen with previous storms, but we're expecting to see tropical storm winds here as we head through the day on Thursday. Winds turn onshore Thursday afternoon, and that's what's going to help to push that water up against the coastline and bring those storm surge concerns here for us across Southwest Florida. The winds will start to subside as we head through the day on Friday, Thursday night into Friday morning. Just taking a quick look at the wind gusts that we're going to see, and then I'll send it over to meteorologist Lauren Hope. Today, the winds will start to pick up a little bit by tonight with gusts up to 20 20, but it's really Thursday we expect to see our highest wind speeds. Thursday morning, gusts closer to about 35 to 45 miles per hour, and we'll see some of these numbers closer to 50, even closer to 60 to 65 for some of the barrier islands, and then those winds will start to come down as we head into Thursday night. With more analysis on this storm compared to past storms, looking at the forecast models and your county by county impacts, we'll send it over to meteorologist Lauren Hope. Lauren.
Jason.